everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Interesting how after I reported the earthquake south of Australia and then the large earthquake that occurred in Australia, I had warned that there was probably more earthquakes coming, maybe Papua New Guinea or by the Fiji Islands, and in this location where there was a magnitude 6.0. It actually happened. A magnitude 6.0 earthquake occurred 178 kilometers or 123 miles southwest of Ohonua, Tonga. That happened at 11:10 Universal Time, maybe just after midnight, and they're a day ahead of us on May 26th. It had a depth of 48 kilometers or 29 miles deep. Good thing it was deep. There was no tsunami warning issued, and there is no reports of damage or casualty. When all these plates start moving because of the movement of the Australian plate, you just don't know which direction the energy is going to go when they don't have a moment tensor ball, or where it's going to happen next. But you can see this fault zone here. Here is the Australian plate, and the 23rd. It had a depth of 8.3 kilometers. What happened with this sequence of events that started? Let me come down here. There was several earthquakes out here in the Indian Antarctic Ocean. It all started with a sequence of events. We had a magnitude 6.1. Now that was on the 23rd also. And then this one here next occurred. So I could tell that, we had movement of the plates. The Australian plate was moving. And there would be another large earthquake, but I really thought it had a greater chance of being up here by Papua New Guinea. But it's all related and ended up being over here. All right, we'll go back over here to where the Tonga Trench is at. Right there. No one has the capability of predicting earthquakes. I just knew that we had plate movement going on. The Ring of Fire, the plates are constantly moving, but this was a little bit more active. Ohonua is located on the island of EUA, Tonga, and it does sit in a seismically active Kermadec Tonga subduction zone where the Pacific plate subducts beneath the Australian plate. It all started with that Australian plate. The Kermadec Tonga subduction zone stretches approximately 2,200 kilometers north from New Zealand, that's where the last earthquake occurred that I reported, to East Tonga and Fiji. See, I mentioned Fiji in my last report, reaching up to 250 kilometers south of Samoa. The Tonga Trench, a key figure, marks where the Pacific plate subducts westward beneath the Australian plate. So what's going on is we got the Pacific plate sliding underneath the Australian plate and having earthquakes in areas that they call intra-faults. Now that's earthquakes that occur where there's no fault boundaries. So this magnitude 5.3 was an intra-plate earthquake, nowhere close to any type of plate boundaries. So where's the next earthquake going to occur? Well, all we can do is follow the plate boundaries where the tension that all started down there by the Indian Arctic Ocean. That's all we can do. Let's see if we have a moment tensor ball. Tension, according to USGS, is going to be applied going towards the north. And then to the north here we got Fiji, which I mentioned. And then we got the Arc. We could have more earthquakes. I'm still saying Papua New Guinea is going to be on the list along with Fiji. You can see here where the Pacific plate is subducting. underneath the Australian plate. I got little arrows drawn out for you. Yep, the plates are moving. More and more earthquakes around the world. Hope everyone is prepared. So what are your thoughts? Please put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.